Good morning. My name is Dr. Tony Barr. I'm a licensed MD in the state of Illinois. I trained in pediatrics and rehab medicine, and I ran an emergency room, pediatric emergency room in the inner city. And during that time, I witnessed several children, after being in the vaccine clinic, coming to the emergency room in status epilepticus with asthma, even respiratory arrest. That was a while ago. Since that time, we've had an emerging field called epigenetics, which is the field of looking at the link between genetics and environmental toxins affecting people individually. Vaccines are not safe and effective for everyone. This cannot be a one-size-fits-all. Not everyone has the same risk factors. But in the last 20 to 30 years, we have elucidated some things that are known as risk factors, and they're called single nucleotide polymorphic variants. And these interface with things like drugs and vaccines very differently for different people. And this is not a 1 in a million type of issue. So there can be maybe up to 10 to 15% of people that are quite susceptible to different vaccines. And these are a minority, a susceptible minority, who are being left out in the rain without an umbrella. So while it sounds good and well that vaccines are safe and effective, just so you understand that they are legally classified as unavoidably unsafe, and the manufacturers are not liable. This is a liability-free product that is being mandated on children who have epigenetic susceptibility to injury, and the injuries are serious, including death and chronic encephalopathies. And while there's only been 2 deaths from measles in this country since 2003, there's been at least 400 and some odd children who've died from the vaccine. And according to Gregory Poland, who is a vaccinologist at Mayo Clinic, he has written an article called The Paradox of Measles, which states that you cannot eradicate a virus like measles with a live viral vaccine. You also will see that the majority of outbreaks, and while it is different in this community because you've got a tight community of unvaccinated people where this measles outbreak is happening, but the majority of measles cases around the country are actually in the vaccinated. So this is a complex picture. It's not one-sided. There's a lot of gray areas. It's very complex. The last panel would have you believe that it's not complex, that vaccines are safe and effective and the vaccine prevents measles, and that if everyone's vaccinated there won't be measles, and that is not true. The largest outbreak that New York City has ever seen was just a few years ago, and it was started by a 22-year-old recent recipient of an MMR booster. And 35 to 40 people who had all been vaccinated got a vaccine strain measles. In Corpus Christi in 1983, there were over 400 students who had all been vaccinated, 98% vaccination rates, 97% of which had antibodies, memory antibodies, and they still got measles. This is not a clear black and white picture. And if you eliminate exemptions, we all know how difficult medical exemptions are because the requirements for medical exemptions are lagging about 30 years behind the science of the epigenetic risk factors. So if you eliminate these exemptions, you are basically making a large minority of people susceptible to very serious risks, including death. Thank you.